Independent MP for New England, Tony Windsor, joins us now from Canberra. Tony Windsor, good morning and thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
Look, just before we get started talking about what negotiations or discussions you might be having today, I've just had a chat with Andrew Wilkie about Denison, which he looks to get. And he was quite critical of the three of you forming a bloc, as he described it, and negotiating together. He said, in his view, that's not independent behaviour, and he certainly won't be joining you as a negotiating group. What's your response to that characterisation?
Well, firstly, I congratulate Andrew on his victory, if in fact that's what he's had. But we're not forming a bloc. The three of us are sitting together to try and work through some sort of process. Now, this doesn't mean that the three of us are going to support one side or the other. Or the other option in all of this is that we support neither and go back to the people and they decide. So there is no block in this. I'm quite happy to talk to Andrew Wilkie, talk to the Green, the Western Australian National. I'll talk to anybody that can help resolve this particular issue. But there's no voting block intended by the three of us talking. We're talking to anybody, and we'll probably talk to Tony Abbott and Julia Gillard later today.
I guess it was more the impression created for Andrew Wilkie of the three of you even being together in that way. If you want to have discussions with people, that's fine. But you are at least starting these conversations as a grouping.
Yes, and I think that's a good idea because we're talking about a number of the procedural things. We may well ask for some briefings in terms of some of the costings at the recent election, some Treasury issues, etc. And I think rather than all of us doing that, I think it would be quite appropriate that as many people as possible can get that information, because we've got to make decisions based on information. And the other thing I think is that there are three independents that have been elected. Andrew Wilkie hasn't as yet, as I understand. Maybe
yes,
he will be. But I think it's quite appropriate that we talk to as many people as we can, including people in our electorates, and take advice. We'll be getting advice from a lot of people in terms of constitutional issues and other things.
Now, Tony Abbott's apparently promising significant parliamentary reform, creation of a budget office, backbench question time limits on questions and the like, as a part of appealing to you. Does that appeal?
Well, we'll see what happens. Obviously, the nature of a hung parliament means that the executive can't gag debate and those sorts of things. So there'll be procedural change just by the very nature of the workings of the building, and there may be some, some sort of charter or reform or whatever. But, I remember
he's moved quickly to start singing a song you might enjoy, though, hasn't he?
Yes, well, I think in a lot of cases people think, independence, that's code for parliamentary reform. Let's put something in front of them, and that'll suffice. I've seen some of Tony's reform. He actually reformed the standing orders so that independents were unable to speak in matters of public importance when they were in government. So, he's been there before. Maybe he'll unleash that particular constriction in this parliament.
But is that the sort of thing that you're after? Is that actually what you need to hear? Because at some point you're going to have to pick a side, aren't you?
Maybe, maybe not. Or the third option is we pick neither and the people decide. And I'd just say to the voters, this isn't a game that we're having. This is a very serious issue, the governance of the nation. And I think we're going to need some goodwill and people working in good faith to try and solve this issue. And if I sense that the chemistry, as some people are calling it, isn't there in terms of good faith to make this term of Parliament work, there is that third option: support neither and let the people decide.